In this video, we're going to demonstrate how to use the Cardiochek Plus machine. The Cardiochek Plus machine is used at all Superior Mobile Health Solutions finger stick events to obtain total cholesterol, HDL, LDL, triglycerides, and glucose. You may be required to get all of those or just a few of those tests. The machine's going to come shipped in a box like this. You're going to want to take it out. There is a quick guide instructions manual right inside of the box. You can pull it out and use it if you need for a quick reference. Just make sure you put it back in there so that the next person who uses the machine will have it available. You're going to want to open your machine. We always ship the machines without the batteries. And we're going to ask you that when you ship the machines back to please remove the batteries out of the back of the machine so that they don't get jarred and accidentally come on during shipment back to Superior and drain the batteries. So just put the batteries in. Put the cover back on. The back. All right. Inside your case, you're also going to find two little gray strips, and these are used as an optic check. This just checks the optics and the lighting in the machine. So you're going to want to do an optic check before every event. You only have to do it once a day, unless you drop the machine, or if the batteries run out and you have to change them, you'll also want to do an optic check then. So to do the optic check, you can turn the Cardiochek machine on by pushing either button. There's only two buttons, one with a circle and one with an arrow. Once you turn the machine on, you're just simply going to arrow over to where it says Utilities. Once you're at Utilities, you press the circle button and it'll say Checked Strip. Push that again, and it'll say Insert Strip. So you're going to grab the little gray strip by the ribbed bottom, firmly insert it into the window, and then press the circle button again. And it says Testing. Passed. So you're going to get a pass or a fail. Hopefully you get a pass every time. If you get a pass, you're good to go. You're ready to start using your Cardiochek Plus machine. If you get a fail, there's a couple things you can do. One is using an alcohol wipe. You can gently cleanse the window, let it air dry, and then try the optic check again. If that fails, you might want to change the batteries to make sure that you have good batteries. And then once again, try the optic check. If that fails, you're going to want to get on the phone and call Superior first immediately to report that the machine is not working. And then you can also call, if you have time, you can call the Cardiochek and they will try to walk you through to make sure that there's something that they can't do to help you get the machine up and going. So once you get a pass, you want to go ahead and get started. The items that you need for a finger stick event is going to be your strips. You're going to need, of course, your sharps container, your gauze or cotton balls, alcohol wipes, Band-Aids. You're going to need capillary tube and pipette if you're doing a lipid panel. Now if you're doing the glucose panel, you're not going to need any pipettes or any plungers or capillary tubes, and I'll show you that here in just a few minutes. And gloves and of course hand sanitizer. So I'm going to go ahead and have my patient come in and I will show you how easy the Cardiochek Plus is to use. Once your Cardiochek machine has passed, you can go ahead and get started. Simply turn the machine on by pushing either button. The Cardiochek machine is going to tell you to install a memo chip. So with this patient, we're going to do a glucose and a lipid panel all in one at the same time. These new machines, the glucose and the lipid test runs simultaneously. So you're going to want to insert your memo chip. Just gently push it in the top there. It says Insert Strip. But before you do that, you're going to want to make sure that your glucose strips, your memo chip, and your lipid panel all have the same lot number, which is Q302 in this case, and they all three match. Q302. So you're good to go. And now it's telling me to insert strip, so I'm going to take and pull out a lipid strip, and then always recap your strips. Hold it by the ribbed bottom, firmly insert it into the window. Next, you're going to get a glucose strip. Pull it out, and there's a little arrow that shows you that it needs to be inserted this way. there is a little wheel right there that you just firmly insert the glucose strip into the window as well. All right, so next I'm going to go ahead and sanitize. You always want to sanitize your hands in front of the patient, of course. Wear gloves, one on each hand. When doing a finger stick, you always want to stick the middle or ring finger if possible. You want to avoid the index finger, the thumbs, and the pinkies. So taking an alcohol wipe, I'm going to cleanse the finger for at least 30 seconds. I'm going to take your lancet. You always want to stick on the side of the finger, not on the tips. So what's different about the Cardiochek Plus machine versus the Cardiochek, the older Cardiochek machine that we used to use, is before they used to ask you to wipe the first drop away. Well, with the new Cardiochek machine, the first drop of blood is going to go into the glucose strip. You just pick the machine up, put it right up against the strip, and it pulls it right into where it needs to go. And then you're going to go ahead and take that next drop and wipe it away. Next, you're going to take your pipette and plunger, and you want to go ahead and just fill it up to the line. You always want to avoid milking the finger too much. All right, perfect. And then you want to plunge it onto the lipid strip. And it's testing. It says apply sample, and then now it just beeped, and it's telling me that it's testing. So while it's testing, go ahead and take care of your patient, clean their finger, and make sure you give them a Band-Aid. Always keep those closed if you can. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, it takes about 90 seconds for the strips to process, or the test to process. So what's going to happen is in the window, it's going to show your lipid panels first, and then also your glucose is going to all display at the same time. So you'll get your total cholesterol, your HDL, your triglycerides, and your glucose on the first screen. And then you'll push the arrow button over. It's going to give you your calculated LDL in that screen. So it has just came up. So we have all of our cholesterol, HDL, triglycerides, and glucose. I'm going to push the button, and that gives me the total cholesterol HDL ratios along with the calculated LDL. So after you've written all your results down, you remove the strips. Of course, they go in the sharps container. You can leave the memo chip in as long as you're using the same lot number, which you more than likely will be throughout the whole screening. And now you're ready for your next participant.